Okay, so I have information that I think it's worth telling. Let's start from one point of view. The Palladian society. I think I have covered up most of the topics in the previous videos, but I want to share some other details and maybe some fresh details also. So the first thing is that how the Palladian society is structured is that there is basically many planets where the human lives, and also they represent themselves as a galactic human alliance. And in simple terms, is that the Palladian society, by the name of Pleidians, it reveals the loving family type beings, humans. They look the same as us, only they are more heartful, more joyful, and more caring for each other. So, and the society is structured that they are Pleiadians that live in higher densities. There are Palladians that live also in a physical density like us here, only with much more united society that is more and more like related with each another, like each society system is supporting the other system. It's basically something like we have here. It's like we have the one country, another country, and they're looking for their own interests. But they have that one country, another country is helping each other interests. But there are no countries as such. They are divisions that I understood are like farming, healthcare, like farming, gardening, also a scientific field. This, how you say, society, environmental care system. It means like taking care for water, taking care for food, taking care for like the logistics. And there are many of these fields. There are also space travel fields, space science fields. There are many of these fields, and they cooperate with each other and support each other. It means like basically if there is a new discovery in science, the scientists already know that the medical structure or the social environment structure or the social system structures groups can use this technology, or space travel groups can use this technology. And this is the main difference, that every society is working together with each other, not like we have here, that basically if there is a new science technology, it supports for the benefiters only, and only when the benefiters see that this is a beneficial usage for the like other structures to use, like as a business, then they start sharing it. It's a complete opposite of it. It means, well, in simple words, it means like we have this is mine, don't touch it. They have, as they want to share it. They have this share it. And now the another thing is basically people don't go to work. People don't have jobs. Only jobs that they have is like participant jobs, where they find their creativity or their how you say, excitement. How do you say? They want to express in this field. They feel that this job, this thing resonates with them, and there is no like this is a good field, this is a bad field, this is the highest field where you can work, or this is the lower field that you can work in the group that you may work. There is no devotion, because in every field that you work, you need food, you need water, you need society, you need a place to sleep, you need and you need also the space travel stuff. You know, like if you work in the space travel field, and it relates that all of these fields are necessary, and all of these fields are equally valid. They don't have this like, okay, you're doing the highest field, you're doing the lowest field, so you don't deserve anything. You deserve a lot. It's equally valid. And another thing is that. When I ask about society without a governmental structure, They say that no, there is in the physical world you need a controlling structure. It's not like you need the politicians to elect and they work for their own sake, but it's like you need a system how everything works. Because what I understood, one person cannot do a lot of things. One person cannot do everything for himself. But if many humans come together, many people come together, they can do like a lot of more. Efficiency is much higher than being just alone. So a system is required to increase the efficiency, and therefore to reduce the labor, to reduce the workforce, to reduce the working hours. What it means is like basically if you go to a store, buy vegetables and come back home, you do like, for example, in my case, if I go to a farm, get vegetables and go back home, I do like, for example, a distance of 2 hours of driving. This is just an example. But if I go there and pick up, for example, imagine I need to do this 10 times. For example, it's 20 hours. But if I need to go there and I have a pack, okay, here are 10 deliveries on your way back, put these deliveries there and there and there, and there will be people picking up. Okay, no problem. I will maybe spend 2 hours or in total 3 hours, but I will do 10 deliveries. So the efficiency is like 100%, even more, like 800% more. So in overall, you need a system that increases the efficiency, therefore reducing the hours. So imagine in my case, if I'm going there 10 times, I will spend 20 hours and I will deliver myself with food for like 10 times. But on one trip, I can deliver food for 10 other people. Therefore, the efficiency on one trip is 10 times. But this means in many fields. So in overall, the governmental or the structure or the system, how everything works, for us physical planets is necessary. And another thing, the society. Therefore, what I understood as children, as people that want to spend their free time, and their people and beings have a lot of free time. Really a lot of free time. They have everything for free. They have no money exchange. But what do they have is a lot of free adventures, free amusement parks, free unimaginable things like hoverboard parks, like space game adventures. Like what I understood is they have a selected or a given space field where like teenagers go and like play catch ball with small space hover discs, like space hovers. This is like something interesting, and therefore what I want to say is like when we have our free time, we don't have the possibility to do something like totally exciting, like something that blasts your day or blows your day away. But there you have plenty of it. It's like, imagine, I want to have more and more free days because I want to do more and more exciting things. But this is the physical Palladian world. This is where the physical life happens. In the higher realms, or when you go up, there are like difficult, not like difficult, but more advanced jobs and tasks that you can do. And one of these, Jessica, the Palladian person, which came to me, as understood, she is age of, I don't know, she's, well, comparing to our age, because I don't quite catch up how old they live. I would understood 1,000 years or 2,000 years comparing to us. But what I do understand, that they said that they can be immortal if they wish to, but soul itself takes a lot of experiences there, what the soul wanted to experience, and then the soul itself want to go away. The soul itself want to leave, and therefore they cannot change the soul's choice to change the reality. But for example, let's change a teenager, middle age, adult, and elder. And she was like something in the middle age, and she is assigned to communication. Now, and the next messages that came just a few days ago were the first contact information. How will the first contact happen? Now, I wrote it down in my website, and there is one lady that transferred the message to English language. And if you want to read the original English version, you have to go to art-of-peace.info, and you just check it out, the English under the English flag. Now, what I do wanted to share is the first contact happens when we are ready. And what determines our readiness is our openness, is our less skepticalness and less judgefulness. What it means is that basically if somebody is rejecting that such other life forms exist, he is rejecting experience with other life forms on space. And one time I asked, yesterday or 2 days ago, how you call this? One being from another dimension said, there is an image that human thinks that we are alone in this universe. And this being was like, you are so egoistically this human. You are so egoistic. And the Enrico what said, he said, amazing. He said like amazing, completely amazing. Imagine what is he thinking that he is alone. Imagine how is he thinking, how is his process, how is his exploration that he thinks that he is alone in this universe. It's like incredible. And they're like observing him and seeing like he is walking on the street and he is thinking he is alone in this universe. And sometimes and what Enrico said as a response to this thinking person, he said, well, sometimes you're not alone in your bedroom. You may think that you're alone, but you're not. And I think that people will accept this as well. Understand it yourself. What do they mean by this? So, but the first contact, the readiness, the readiness, or the allowance is like no other beings from universe will not come here and spoil our free will by or distract our civilization's free will. If our civilization wants to go in a direction that is skepticalness, this is our civilization's evolution process, and it's highly respected. If our civilization comes to a point when we feel the readiness, when we feel that we want to have a family reunion, what the Palladian says, it's our long lost or our long ago divided families reunion. What it means is that long time ago we and the Palladian civilization were as one, and we lived on this planet Earth. And the fifth planet, which was between Mars and Jupiter, do some kind of a interdimensional or interstellar actions, which I talked about in another video, was destroyed, and therefore a lot of things changed in this solar system, and alien intruder races came in into this solar system, and therefore the beings, Pleidians and inner Earth, beings went away from this planet. They dug in deep into Earth, and they went away, far away, to Palladian galaxies, Palladian star systems. And now is the point of this family reunion, where the Palladians, when we are ready and understood the readiness, most likely would be developed, and will start happening. The first contacts will start happening in the year of 2020. Well, I have heard other channels say that, like for example Bashar, he says in 2017. I have heard, but what I understood is that like from the 2070, a short range, a narrow range of first contacts will occur and start occurring. It means like unknown to everybody. It's like, in a sense, it means like a channeler groups that have the contacts. They may be having that they wish to go and have this ET, when they call these ET downs, other races, that they may have this open contact, unseen to everybody, just sharing information and guiding information. But this is really narrow. From the year of 2000 to 2025, what I understood would be more and more like shared open contacts, meaning like shared, like groups that come together. And what I understand, the first civilization that will come here will be the Palladian race, delegated beings from Pleidians that are trained and really prepared for the first contact with Earth civilization, with this civilization right here. And these beings will come and share information, and the first contacts will happen in the areas where people, and in groups where people are highly opened and are highly known, that the Palladians will come here today, and they will come and we will have a speech and we will have a talks about this. And there will be, at first there will be some kind of allowed photographs or videos to be taken, and information just to be shared in the friends society, or in the people that think the same, or in the same thinking people groups. And what will happen then is people, this informational field, this positive informational field that the Palladians are always giving, that we are one family, and this history will be shared to people with your friends groups who are the same energetical level, who are the same thinking level, and they will pick up this information and they will have no doubts that this is real, that this is something totally real, and they will start sharing with their friends, and therefore the human civilization informational energetical field will become more and more in allowance, in a readiness, allowance and readiness. The energy will merge together with the Palladian civilization. This means that there is no need for a free will allowance to happen, because the people are already allowing energetically to happen, because they feel huge resonance with it. Now, in these, as I understood, from the year of 9045, where the first nuclear weapon was used on Japan, there was in the Moon orbital station, which is the planet Moon, there was a huge congress about, and people alliances are also there. People also go to the Moon, what I understood, or their representatives go to meetings on the Moon for like, they just listen to decisions that are made, and they carry up these, like leaders, like war leaders, like something like this. And there was like no more nuclear explosions on inhabitants. None of this, because what I understood is that human genetics, they are really fragile. They're really fragile. And if a nuclear poisoning or a nuclear toxins start changing the human DNA, it can just go. For example, okay, what's the one nuclear weapon just on a city? A big deal, like 3,000 inhabitants died. But what it means is that humans can go to a distinction. Complete distinction from the nuclear weapons, and not only humans but also the whole planet, because of the DNA manipulations there. And it's like stop, and then started happening changes like humans cannot go on like this. There has to be, in the sake of protecting this planet, in the sake of protecting these inhabitants, we cannot go on like this. But if humans and human evolution would be more and more aggressive and more destructive, then there will be allowance to do so. There will be a complete allowance to do so, because it's their own evolution, their own being's evolution, or evolution into destructfulness. And there have been many beings that destroy themselves in nuclear. And what I understood from the nuclear explosions, genetics can completely collapse, making us like mutants and something like completely. It's a completely disaster. Human DNA is really fragile to this nuclear stuff. Therefore, it's completely allowed. It's completely disallowed. Said allow. I want to say it's completely disallowed, and it's what, like, okay, the leaders decided here, okay, let's stop exploding cities on nuclears, but it's forbidden. It's forbidden from other races. And many times Enrico has said no more wars will happen, like huge wars on Earth. It's disallowed, it's forbidden. And I was like, okay, this is a nice compromise, it's a nice, like, keep us calm and everything. But when I was having this information about the Soviet times, in the Soviet times, it was like, I don't know what saved us in the Soviet times from having a nuclear world war. I don't know what saved us, but it was definitely some person's heart energy, like heartfulness, in the same strange heartfulness. I remember that one time we channeled Hitler, and he showed like a button of nuclear weapons to be launched, and he said, you may shoot people down, you may explode people down, but you really need to be sick to explode. There is like a inner heartfulness, inner heart energy starts telling you, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And and this is what I understood from Palladians when we were talking about heart energy. They said it's the universal, like a universal consciousness that goes for everything to be in balance and everything to be in a loving, harmonious way. And this is your heart energy. Heart energy the voice of heart, or the feeling of the heart, heartfulness, will guide you to the most positive way, to the sake of loving universe. I don't know how to describe it better in different words. But let's talk about the first contact. So I don't know how we can merge to that point. Okay, so the first contact is when we are in the readiness. I just told about how the readiness starts happening, or how energetically we become ready. And then in cities where this readiness is, or this energy is much higher, and free will is allowing this to happen. There may be some people that are skeptical or non-believers in this field, but what they were looking is a majority of the citizens living in such city, if they're in allowance. For example, what I saw in the images that were coming, the Pleidians, just like a portal in the sky opens, and there is like a cosmic air demonstration. And what I understand from Palladians in another channeling session, they said that they come in a perfect layout, like the ships may be representing a perfect triangle shape, like one ship there, one there, one there, and they have these shapes, many of these shapes, and they will come in these shapes that and in these positions that people will think, no, this is not some kind of a military action, no, this is not some kind of a governmental action, this is something more, and people instantly will feel the lovingness energy from them. Because many times they have said they come in love and in peace, and they are no threat, any threat to humans, as we are. You know, it touches the heart deeply when I remember the messages that were said, and we are as one family, and this is a family reunion. And what they will come was, I understood the images, they will come down like hovering somewhere in the clouds, in the height of clouds, and they will show these demonstrations that they come in peace. Because many people, including the skepticals, will think that this is some kind of war going on right now. But they will show no signs of attacks, no signs of worries that they're here or threats. They will come as demonstrations with peace, and these will be special demonstrations, like flying, then disattaching and merging, and flying higher, like, you know, doing movements. And the more and more they will come down, the more and more slower they will get, and they will observe the military actions, because there will be some sort of more or less policemen or military that will start taking actions, and they will show no signs of offense, and maybe defense if it's necessary, but they will not come down if defending themselves is necessary, because it will be like something with aggression, because when the city is an energy of readiness, then policemen or military people, when they see this, they will feel this loving energy, they will feel that they come with peace, and it will be a huge mind change, a huge thinking change. They will just put down their weapons, they will just, oh no, this is, and you know, somebody will give them orders, pay attention, they will, okay, yeah, we're paying attention, but this is no threat at all. These are completely no threats, and they will feel this in their heart, that finally the ages of suffering, ages of slavery have ended. Ages of slavery to a particular system have ended, and they will just put down their weapons. And this is the term of, we are ready for an open contact. And what they will do at first, they will hover over the cities. Well, I'm really sorry that I cannot explain in detail the energy that came in sensations, like in understanding. I can only use my words to describe it best. And people, what they do is they take those words that I said, but this is like trying to express the energy. But people, they take these words as they have said it like this. They have said, it's like, no, I interpret it from the information that I received like this. So it's a matter of interpretation. So anyway, try to understand the story, not because they never showed me people with guns. They never showed me people that they still receive orders from their lieutenant or something. It's like an overall picture was given, and I interpret this, that this could happen like this. It's like an understanding, and to understand this energy. So what happens then is they do, like for a period of time, they do these show demonstrations. They demonstrate the show, like people to become like, hey, they're totally, they come in peace. They totally come in peace. There is no need to worry. And in another sense, I really like that. And then when everything is calm on the ground, when everything is peaceful on the ground, they will come and do the first public speeches. And how this will happen, there would be people who are like with the channeling ability, who will step forward and say, I have the connection with, for example, like Billy Mayer had the experience like with one lady in the ship, and she's telling me in the head like this, something completely not misunderstandable, like completely connectable, like, and she is now saying that she will now hover over us in the crowd, and suddenly one ship and over in the crowd, and everything will have no doubts that that is who is she speaking. And now she will give us like a sound or a light bulbs that we can look upon, and people, okay, that channeler is for real, that channel is for real. And then this is not what they said, but this is a channeler will step forward. This is what they said. That firstly will arrange and will talk to like politicians and governmental structures the messages that we want to give. It's like we come in peace, we want to have an open contact, our history, they will give this to these messages to open society, and then they will come down themselves and do the speech in a fuller speech themselves, and there will be requests. Like no military actions, we come in peace, brothers and sisters, what I shared, and it's an open sourced medium, like mediums, like they, like in TVs and television and news. It will be an open sourced, free message for all society, all humanity. And this message will be the history, who they are, the task, why are they here, and like not like offers, but like a message for the future, what they wish to offer to humanity. And this will be what I understood from the message. This will be not like any other political speech we have right here. Because all political speeches we have right here, we feel that there is some kind of a background to it. There is some kind of a, politicians, they speak. Yes, we will do our best and we will fight for peace. Thank you for listening. And you understand what it's like crazy. It's like full of lies. If I'm speaking roughly, but there will be not like any other political speech. Is this person, this first contactee will be speaking truly from the heart, and truly, and even more as a person can speak truly, and this will be understood with energy. This will be, everybody will feel this, and it will highly resonate with everybody, even with politicians. And what offers will they give, as I understood, will be no militarization. They are here to stop wars. They are here to stop all these disasters that are going on. All countries, no militarization. And they will give like a defensive, what I understood, like a defensive offer also. For example, France, completely lose all militarization, destroy all weapons that you have, completely destroy them, completely. Not like destroy them, but put them down, put them away completely, and destroy them in the sense like make them harmfulness, like they are not harmful to anybody. And like France would say, hey, but we need to protect the society, and they say for example, like war threats, no wars. If France will have threatfulness, they will help them and assist them to disable all enemy, like Russia, like America, like secret corporations. The next thing, it means like the first message is offers and incorporations. All military should be taken away. All military should be taken away. And the next thing, no borders. No country, no borders. Like societies, yes, Groups of people, yes. Continents, yes. Religions, like culture, not like religions like church, but like culture, yes. But no borders, no import tax, no custom declarations, no nothing like this. And understood, and also roads and paths, like railways, railroads, magnetic railways, tunnel railways have to be made for helping the people in poor countries, in poor war countries where they suffer of food, where they suffer of illness, where they suffer of losing the comfort. Because here in Europe we have all the comfort we need, and there also has to be made tunnels to Africa, tunnelings to Africa, where you can go and harvest and make Africa green. But the messages from them was like tunneling with aid and support in many fields to poor countries like and dictating countries, and this will happen from, for example, from Europe. They didn't say from Europe, but this will happen from the cities that are ready in readiness, and then from these first contacts, which I shared about the tunnels and everything. This is steps in front. But now let's get back to in the first contacts. The images, the videos in the medium that will be taken will be shared to other countries, and they will be in a shock. For example, like countries like maybe China, like Korea, like Russia, they will maybe be in a shock, and they are not ready for this. But slowly, in the shockwave, as it was be given that they come in peace, in high peace and love, this shock will be a shock, and in a sense also a positive shock. And also then, just in a really short period of time, people also in other cities, in more disconnected cities, and in more energy, not readiness, will become more and more ready to it. The information and energy will spread. And once this happens, there will be also first contacts in those countries, in those cities, and also there will be different messages shared to these cities and these countries. And then there will be deals going on, which I understood, or this may be my interpretation, that demilitarize, unmilitarize, or just throw away all weapons in military, throw them all away. If this happens, or if this start to happen, we will give you technologies, we will give you social aid and social aid technologies. When all the earth will be demilitarized, I don't know how to say it, then human race will be opened for space travels. They will be opened for public space travels, in excursions and field trips and so on. So it doesn't mean that it cannot happen from the age of 2017, but it means it will happen publicly. Publicly, it means to everybody known, because there are space travels that are happening right now, and there have been humans taken away from planet Earth a long time ago, and also in the Soviet times, and also there are humans traveling to Mars. Mars is colonized. Many other planets are colonized by humans, but this is a military group, and demilitarization has to happen in order to go into space fields. And then also there will be tasks. Okay, you build railways. You build. It doesn't mean you build railway like we have here, but special paths, special roads, special railways, special high traffic railways, specially made for aiding humans in poor countries, giving them support, giving them food, giving them materials, giving them production materials, giving their household materials, giving them everything they need for a comfortable life. that their children can grow up, that they can live under a shelter, that they can have something to eat, because I understood that many countries, poor countries, they would want to plant and grow something, they would want to work, but they don't have any materials, they don't have even the seeds, they don't have the shovels, they don't have any of this, but they will definitely want to work. For example, if they have farming equipment, maybe the least, or they have the seeds, maybe the least, they will just start growing incredibly, because they will finally have something that they can do. I don't know, take for example, I don't know, search online most poorest countries on planet Earth or something, and have a look. I believe you will find all the information why is it necessary to help them. But the borders are closed, and everything is under dictator, and therefore this has to be made like speeches with these countries to open borders of AIDS, AIDS like aiding and helping and supporting. And also, not to talk about even medicine. Medicine is also necessary, because here in Europe we have everything, and in the USA I believe everything is in overproduction, full stores of nonsense. Just throw them away. And also what they will offer then is they will give technology that we need for medicine, for reducing our labor, our workforce, like giving the shocking technology that we can finally live fully supported. And these technologies will be as also free energy technologies. And this will be helpful. It's not like they come in a ship and they give packages, okay, take this free energy device. It will be, they will give the open sourced ways how we can build in there ourselves, and because we have to rebuild our society ourselves. And what I understood from these years of 2025, we will start in 2035. Humans will start rebuilding this society and the system that has been put up here completely. And I never understood that, because these messages were given before already. But now I see that how it could happen. Now it could happen. And also the years that the Palladians said, they said no more nuclear wars. They will jump into and intrude us to stop everything, to shut down everything if it's necessary. Our path is going. If this continues this way, that in the era of 2025 we will have the story what is here. But this story may go into other scenarios also. And also they said there is a short way of humans think that, hey, okay, we know we stopped the wars, we have to go in a different way. And humans themselves start rebuilding the society without any intrusion or invasion from other civilizations. But because of this, many people are especially waiting for another race to come in to have a much faster evolution to the space programs, open space programs. This energy is allowing them or other races to come and interact. What I understood also, there is disgusting alien races, like big-headed, big eyes, short cheeks, dolphin skin, like these aliens. Also, they are a part of this alliance, this Human Galactic Alliance, but they will not come down here because they can make a fearful and a shocking experience, or a shocking it can be shocking for humans. So they will not come here, because the first open contact has to be played out well, has to be played out in accuracy, because no humans need to feel fear, no humans need to feel shocks, and no military engagements has to be made so that the Palladians don't have to use a defensive mechanism. They don't have to be in in like no weapons, no nothing has to be fired, because also has to be played out really good, and therefore this is the readiness. This is the readiness that for the first contact they are looking for, and we are going to it. And everything is dominated by our society's energy, our society's collective energy, and collective energy is the free will in which the collective energy is guiding, and in which the future is guiding the whole collective humanity. So the whole collective planet. And in those directions then the planet is going, and when the collective energy is highly positive for in a way of this Palladian open contact, then this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. And it's much the reality which I was sharing, it's much closer to happen. They may be time delays, or they may be also in threats of wars. They may be like they just intrude and shut everything down, like block all electricity down, block everything down, everything is disabled, and this may also happen. So talking about and also when understood is this, to do this, Pleiadians have also the universal allowance, or the allowance from the universe to do it. It's like civilization allowance and permissions to do it. It's like they have made some kind of a deals, they have made some kind of arrangements, allowance for this to happen. In other words, in earlier times there was also always it's not allowed to do this, because humans are being owned by somebody, humans are being slaved by somebody, and there's like it's not allowed yet to do it, because evolution is being monitored, observed, and in a sense everything is going the ways that it's supposed to be going. But now the human civilization has shown glimpses of insights that our energy is changing, our direction is changing, and therefore all allowance are given. And the images which I've seen through these channels about the Pleiadians when they come, I've seen this is something, these experiences are something that I will throw away everything that I have. This camera, no, I will leave this camera for then watching again this exciting experience. Wait, bumpy roads. Throw away everything, throw away religion, throw away the job you're doing at that moment right now, throw away completely everything, because this is something that I choose to be born to live out this experience. This is something that I have always wanted. This is something that in my heart I have always wished for. This is something that finally the ages of suffering, the ages of slavery have ended, finally. And now it's up to us to rebuild this society, to just rebuild and change the society. And then I was talking about, hey, my father is always asking for first contact, that he wants to have this contact. And the message what I received from them is this. Also the Jessica. She says something like this: yes, we have, and she speaks in English. And many words she represents in English, and many of these words I have never heard before. I have heard them, but I've never used them. And she says like this, that I just interpret backwards. I don't remember word to word what she said, but I try to reverse this. What I remember is that, yes, in your groups, in my groups, because we are a quite big group of people that think the same, maybe 2,000 people in the website which we have made. In your groups, there are people that are requesting for this, and a lot of people are requesting in my groups also, that they want to meet. They want to meet. And this is like nearly more than 50% of the people in the group are requesting this. Because if in the group only 1 or 2 people will be requesting, others would be in denial, that they will not pay attention to it. But they see that this is, energetically, it's like, yes, we know that people are requesting this. It's not like, hey, I want this, I'm egoistic, I want to meet you, and they're looking in the groups, because everything which I will be filming, I will be sharing to this group. And therefore this group will be allowing and perceiving, okay, yes, finally this is something that happened, and they will want to engage in this more and more and more. And they said, we are preparing, and we are like researching how it may be and when it may be possible, or as soon as it could be possible, for this open group contact. And this is something like I call the closed groups, starting for the year 2017. And still, in energy, maybe my body is ready for this, maybe my soul, my consciousness is ready for this. Talking about the physical readiness, it has to be in a way of energetical readiness, because in a way people may think, okay, yeah, I know aliens exist, I am ready, bring it on, come on down here. But for example, this person has a huge loss of relatives in his childhood, and he is having this huge loss feeling still within inside. It's like an energy blockage, an energy cloud. This is one small example. They never said like this. I represent to this like what I know as energy blockages that can cause different unpleasant reactions into higher energy connections, or merging with higher energy. This may cause huge side effects that are not pleasant. And what will happen if these humans have like blockages, like huge anger, he was angry to somebody for a long period of time, huge loss, he has felt loss, sorry, or his girlfriend, he has dumped him and he took it really deeply, or he has, it can be many things, or also huge fears of everything, or there are people also that are stressful from everything, they are fearing and stressing about everything. And therefore, meeting higher density beings, meeting a higher energy beings can just blast your inner energies open, and they can cause huge reactions. To some, it may bring a highest excitement, and he is laughing so hardly that he can become a threat to himself, like screaming, laughing. To some, it may cause like their shocked mouth open and their heart stops. For example, if they take it into outer space and they're all of a sudden like, this is happening, this is real. To some, it may cause fears, huge fears. To some, it may cause huge amounts of tears. And I understood this is in my case, that I will just cry and cry. This is something related with the heart energy, that I have always waited from this. I have always like suffered from something. I always waited for, I'm free and I'm back in the loving energy that I always was looking for. It's like a release, amounts of release energy. And to be ready for this open contact, you have to go through transformation, or this force contact has to be viewed remotely, viewed distantly, that you feel this energy, but it's not a tremendous amount of energy. It has to be viewed within a distance, not like in a distance like 100 meters away, but this energy has to be given in small doses, that they go out, they sleep over the night with this energy, they prepare themselves energetically. So, and the main purpose, what they said is that have this to the first contact, have this as a energetical experience, have this as a small secret energetical experience, but it has to be a closed down experience. What I understood, maybe no pictures, maybe no cameras, maybe only sharing information. Yeah, we met them, we saw them, they said like this, maybe a picture we will show, not like they will show. They will allow to take a picture, and because to skepticals it has to be taken like the skeptical will still have its, yeah, this is something that you can believe in, and this is something you can doubt. This is something you believe, this is something you can doubt. And the skeptical, let him decide, let his energy just observe this, and let this energy, his personality, sleep overnight with this, over a period of time. Because slowly, after maybe weeks or 2 days or a month, he will, hey, but you know, I start to believe this, you know, can you show me the picture again? Like, can you tell me the details again? And they're like, yeah, this is something really resonates. Yeah, and he's starting to become more and more open. It's not like he's open in mind. It's not like he's open in thinking. He's open in energy. And this is the thing that every being is watching. Our human soul's energy, human energy. Because many times we think one thing, we tell another thing, but we feel completely different. And this is two ladies, sorry for telling, they feel one thing. They feel like highly pleasant or something. They speak completely different and do another thing completely different. And the energy is most important. They're looking at energy because this is how you are, this is who you are. And people who are more developed in reading energies, feeling energies and sensations, emotions, they also can tell which people is lying and which people aren't lying, because from the energy you can tell it, and beings are looking to this energy also. And many times beings are like, yes, you are asking us questions, but we don't see that you are in any way interested in this question. And they are not talking to these persons also, because they're looking at the energy. So the energy is that dominates our experience, and the energy is that dominates and is our free will allowance for the open contact to happen. And this will be just like evidence or proof that these messages that this group is sharing, or this way of thinking that this group is sharing, but this is not like our group. I know that there are many groups all over the world like this, and maybe also many who have had the contact already. So I'm not, or this group, this Art of Peace group, it's not something unique. It's like what they said, as they said, to just change the energy, and these first contacts will happen all over the world in many places, and the purpose of this is informational energy sharing. And this will be like a confirmation that this group, or this information that has been shared, is a confirmation. And these first contacts will be as a confirmation that we are ready. Not like we are ready, but this information is sourced. This information is from these groups. This information is authentic. This information is in a way respected, or this information comes from the origin. But don't take this seriously, because many channels. I know people that channel, also my friends that channel, and this is the thing about channeling. Many people can channel one being, the same being. Also, many people in my class have channeled Enrico's world, Enrico's civilization. But because of that, channelers own distinct energy, own distinct himself, own distinct library of words that he uses. The information is being explained and shared differently. There are clear voidians or clear audient channelers, like Linda, and I have seen, but these are really rare. These are really rare channelers that perceive messages. They hear voices, like in a out of tune radio frequency, and they can bring like the names of the dead people, the names of the city where they live. They can clear out and bring through in voiceover, in the correct voice, that this being is telling to him, that this being is telling. So, but this is really rare, and this is a additional ability to channeling, and it comes up when you highly develop your channeling skill. I have experienced this many times, but not always, because Enrico is like, he's bringing, and for me to comfortable, he's bringing images, he's bringing sensations and feelings, and everything is happening automatically. Now, okay, I think about the first contact, I brought through, I told all the information that I wanted to tell. I brought through the most, I think, detailed step-by-step video about first contacts. Yeah, and finalizing in what Jessica said, the message that she gave me is that she cannot give me any certain dates because it's a little bit complex, because of the system. Because from my point of view, if like governmental structures, military structures, if somebody points out, hey, he has had a contact, they will take me for questioning. They will take me seriously, and they will watch, and they will my personal experience, my personal life experience is being destroyed in a way. So it has to be perfectly planned out, because in one point there will be a military or a governmental allowance from the orbital station, moon's orbital station, that no military action is necessary for this. No military action and no questioning is necessary for this. And in this point, this would be something that the politicians or the militarists or the system structures, it can be all structures. It can be local municipality, it can be local gangs, it can be local military, it can be local politicians, it can be local all groups. They want to take, hey, I want to question you, hey, tell me everything you know, take us up, something like this. And it has to be perfectly balanced. It has to be perfectly so it doesn't have any side effects. So because when you, like Billy Mayer's experience, when the Palladians came to him, although there is a space of skepticism always, what Billy Mayer's was bringing through is that his life was totally destroyed. Not like totally destroyed, but like many people want to kill him, attack him, stuff like this. And also unwanted publicity. So in any way, thank you for watching. Uncomfortable publicity, because the time was not yet ready for an open contact, but shortly or fastly or slowly, it's going for us to be completely ready for an open contact, completely ready. And so thank you for watching. and enjoy your day, enjoy your time, and have a good and exciting first contact experience. And all you need to do to increase this is to start sharing with authentic information about alien races, about Palladians, about start also wish that you want to have this experience, and post and share this. So okay, thank you, and I'm already where I need to be. I've reached my destination from driving, and it's a beautiful day outside. A beautiful day. And summer finally is here. Anyway, why do you need Palladians if you're having such beautiful weather? Bye bye.